What's going on, everybody? It's Dominic with PowerSlap News, and joining me today is Duane, the Iron Giant Crespo. Duane, how's it going?
It's good, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on. It's been a while since I got to chat with you. What have you been up to in the span that we haven't chatted?
Yeah, man. I think the last time we spoke was in Vegas. It's good, man. Just preparing. Got the upcoming fight coming up. So I'm excited to get back to Vegas and have fun, do my thing, and go from there. So,
Have you found like a specific gym that you're with now, like a coach and all that? Like, kind of got like a regular home, or are you still doing this by yourself?
for this, I am currently doing it myself. I'm trying to figure out what is probably the best program for me. Such a new sport, so I'm really trying to figure out what is my best slap, what's my best work, and what can I really figure out. And I've been testing every sport to kind of help out the way. So we'll find out.
So just staying active all around then, huh?
At least I try to. Especially like we're talking about these big moments, man. So like trying to get an edge way, any way we can. Like today, I went to go hit softballs for a little bit because the swing is so similar to what I'm doing. So figure stuff out.
So what has life been like for you, or what has changed since your appearance on PowerSlap? Like as people coming up to you now, people asking you for your autograph, like anything like that?
I mean, it's not super hectic. Like I have gotten recognized a few times, and it's definitely really cool to like be in this kind of spotlight. But no, nothing drastic has changed. Just the opportunities now. Like obviously, the show means more money, more stuff for the future. So like the opportunities now have been getting bigger and bigger.
Speaking of the show, have you been watching the Wednesday drops? Have you seen this new batch of talent? Anybody in there like caught your eye as like an up and comer?
Yeah, I've definitely seen them. Met them down in Vegas when they're out there. They're kind of like asking for advice, like hey, what's going on, and I'll always give like my mind if someone asks me. So it's cool to talk to them and to finally see what they're talking about. Is kind of cool. They're pretty chill. They're all very hungry. They all want to like be the best in this sport. So it's really good to see that new hunger. So
Yeah, everyone I talk to everyone seems to realize like this has been a big opportunity that they've been handed. I think they've seen the kind of like standard. You guys kind of paved the way for showing like what is possible, what you can do in this, and they really don't want to like let that opportunity slide, right? I think they understand that PowerSlap may be the start of something potentially very big.
oh, for sure, and it's just like the UFC. Like you never know how long your journey is in that promotion. So like you always just take it with like grain of salt. It might be my last fight if they don't like me anymore. So like you have that mindset, you're gonna see these hungry guys and these guys that really don't mess up the opportunity in front of them. Not like just like take it easy. They're like, oh no, I gotta knock you out, or I'm not gonna be here no more. So
Well, speaking of last fight, I know you saw it. We seen a list recently that popped up. It's got 6 fighters' names on it. I'm repeating myself here, but I'll say it again. Certain fighters, some of them have come out and said that these are prescriptions. Everything's going to be okay. They've been very transparent about it. Frank the Tank, KO Chris. Others are being very silent about this. Is this going to be their last fight, or are they going to be able to make a comeback?
I wish I could tell you the face value of it. Like it's like it's a crazy situation, man. You see it in all sports, but it's weird to see it that many in the one event, and it kind of sucks because like we know that we have like a lot of criticism in our sport right now, but I get it. People are owning up. That's awesome. Or they're explaining, and that's awesome too. It's weird to see, and if they get fights again, I think it depends on the individual fighter. I think some of the guys, I think some of them were new, like really new guys. Like, I don't know if the league will bring back someone whose first fight and then he did that. But you have other guys who made a mistake. Like, that's fine. It's up to them, you know. If I see them again, hell yeah, awesome too. But we'll find out.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it comes down to the individual, right? It's not so much
Mhm.
a collective, just a cookie cutter. This is going to be a step for everybody, right? It's going to see how everyone kind of adapts to their own individual situations. But you're all good on that end. We got nothing to worry about there, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm all good. But that's the thing. Like, you're such a new sport, and a lot of the guys don't come from combat backgrounds, you know. So they don't really know like the right ways of like weight loss, like weight cutting the week of, you know. And there's no camps right now for slap, so there's no coach like, hey, can't have this, can't have that. Hey, this is what you're eating, what are you drinking, what are you putting in, you know. So there's nothing like that. So like, again, it doesn't surprise me, but then again, yeah.
It's one of those things, right? It is what it is. It happened, and we're gonna get through it. We'll get through it as a sport, you know. I don't think it's gonna be like you said. Gets a lot of negative criticism. I'm on the social media fighting for you guys out there all the time, trying to shut these haters down. But I think it's more impactful when it comes from you guys, right? Like, what do we say to everyone who comes up to you and goes, guys, this isn't a sport. You're not an athlete.
Man, I mean, it's just they take the sport at face value, man. What you're looking at is like one person standing in front of another person slapping. They're like, anybody could do that. It's like, I guess, yeah, anybody could do it, but anybody could kick a soccer ball in a net. Like, there's 1-year-olds doing it. It's like they're not going to be professionals. They're not going to be the best in the world at it, you know. And then you're talking about the rule set here in PowerSlap where you foul, you're probably going to lose your fight. So like, to win, you have to be clean, you know, these of good form and good technique. And then the higher the competition, the stronger the defense, man. Now you can't really knock them out. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you have to lift, you have to go work out, you have to get faster, you have to get stronger, you have to get smarter. And so if you don't think that's a sport where you see all these competition people growing, man, like, then I don't know what you classify as sport is.
Well, with this sport specifically, everyone's telling me there's a huge mental focus to this. What do you do to prep for that? Are you meditating out there? Like, I know maybe like you win or lose a coin toss, that's going to have an effect. You got to sit there, hands behind your back, get ready to take a hit. Like, there is a mental fortitude, but how do you train that? What are you doing to prep for that?
Yeah, there's definitely a whole little mind fuck kind of game to this thing, you know. And yeah, how do you stay put when you know the biggest dude, especially my division? You're talking about big guys, man. Is about to hit you with everything you have, and you have to like let them. Yeah, it takes a kind of character. I think because of my combat background, I'm just used to getting hit. I've been doing it for 8 years. You know, people kick me in the head, elbow, knees, everything, down to like on purpose or accident. You know, so that concept of getting hit, I'm just fine with. But the whole like letting someone hit you, it's kind of weird. But I've had 3 fights now. I think I'm used to it. I think it's fun. I'm having a good time, man. I have my preparations of how I like to take a hit, so I can't speak for everybody, but I enjoy waiting.
Well, speaking of preparing, what are you doing? What are you doing to prepare for this next coin toss? You got a lucky rabbit's foot. You got horseshoes in your pockets. What are you doing to come out there? You know, you got a little a lucky pair of underwear that you're wearing.
So I always say the same sentence during fight week. As for PowerSlap, kind of like my mantra. Just hoping like everything will go right. In a perfect world, I win the coin toss. I go first. I hit him once. He doesn't get back up. So I'll say that sentence the whole entire time. And I'm starting to say it now. And I'm 3-0 on coin tosses right now. So hopefully, like, it stays the same. I kind of like what I'm doing right now. So I'm just gonna keep it. In a perfect world, man, I win the coin toss. I go first. Knock him out. He don't get up. So
So that's it. You got the mantra. You wake up every day, say the mantra,
Yep.
see it, believe it. You know, the old Michael Bisping.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's a coin toss, and honestly, like it really doesn't matter to me who goes first. I could take a hit. Um, I could give a hit. It's fine. So it's not something that I'm gonna lose sleep over. But when you can't control everything, man, you kind of go the superstitious route. So I might as well just say what I want to happen, and hopefully it does.
So we've been seeing a little bit of beef out there between Austin Turpin and Ryan Phillips there, the meatball versus the milkman. It's been a little funny, you know. Anyone calling you out? Anybody like any of these new guys that want you next? Anything, any action there?
No, not at least nothing publicly. Like I've seen a couple guys, a couple fighters who are not on the roster that come from different MMA backgrounds. They're calling me out for PowerSlap, but I think it's their way of trying to get in the league. But other than that, no one on the roster has called me out yet. Um, I'm fine with anybody, but I think that I'm in a unique position right now where if I win this fight or win the next two fights, I'll be doing title fights for a while. So if people want to face me, man, keep winning.
So you're not out there for a call out. They got to climb the ladder, come see you at the top.
Yeah, man. I think just because like where I'm at, I did lose my last fight, but that was supposed to be winner goes to the title. I still think I'm in title contention. I think the top four, they're all really title contenders. So it just depends on who wins the next championship fight for whoever's going to be the next title match. So I think I'm in the conversation still. So as long as I'm still in that conversation, I think that's the route I should go. If someone's calling me out, that's like a lower rank. If I have a chance to do a title fight, I gotta go the title fight route. You know?
You're not taking the beef route over the belt. That's what you're telling me.
Nah, man. There's more money and there's more to it for the title, and I like the bigger fights. So like the title fight would be awesome. Like a rematch against the Bell if he wins the title, that'd be amazing. Um, Even if I went up to super heavyweight and they did a title fight with the super heavyweight with whoever, Crazy Hawaiian or somebody, I'm fine with that too. You know, because like a big fight, big opportunity, title. Like I'm down for that stuff. You know.
No, for sure, man. I definitely don't think anyone's taken the Iron Giant out of the conversation just yet, right? I
Yeah.
think everyone's still looking at you as somebody who's, cemented themselves in the sport already, and the sport hasn't really had a long run.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Like yeah, I did lose, but even if you look at the fight, man, it was a good fight till I got knocked out by the Bell. The Bell had to do what he had to do to win the fight, and he did. And so it's not like I got walked over. So it's definitely a close fight till that moment. So I think I'm in the conversation still, especially after my next fight. If I do very well in that fight, I think it's clear that I'm still to talk about.
Well, I just spoke to DeBell. I know he's been busy. He's been working hard. Everyone I spoke to has been working hard. Sounds like you've been going at it a little bit different, though. You've been going softball. What else you been doing? You've been doing anything that's a little out of the box that's kind of unique?
Yeah, so I have a huge sports background. I've been playing every sport you could think of since I was like 4 years old. And I have my coaching and training background as well too. So once I found out like I have my slaps that I like to do, and then I just watch the video and kind of look at it. It's super similar to certain sports. So why not break down what they do to get better and bring it back to this sport? My swing right now is very similar to a baseball and a softball swing. So why not work on hand speed? Why not do the same drills that the pros would be doing for their hand speed and just bring it back to this sport? It's the same exact swing. It's just I'm not holding a bat. So that's currently what I'm doing. That's currently what we're focusing on right now as we're a couple weeks out, because there's going to be a point where I'll stop working out super hard and strictly just on form. And so like this is where we're polishing right now, you know.
So you're telling me that PowerSlap's in a lot of trouble if these pro tennis players realize that they've been training the same skills their whole lives.
I will say, so the tennis players, I would say they would have a good swing, but it doesn't mean like it'll translate very well. I will say would be in a little bit of trouble if the discus guys come.
Oh,
If
really?
the discus guys, college discus guys, man, there's nothing really for them after college. If they came here, especially they're huge. Some of those guys are like 6'6", 300. Um, the way you throw a discus is the same way you throw a slap. Every part of it,
Really?
except they get the turn a little bit.
Mm.
Once you fix that turn, it's identical, man. So like that would be where we would find a little bit of trouble.
So you're telling me
Because those
that
guys would hit.
if you're coaching and you go scout, you're gonna go scout some college discus. That's where you're gonna go. That's the secret sauce.
Absolutely, man. The way that they turn their body and they bring in this hip rotation from their sport, that translates so easily. And the way that they release is the same release point of where you're hitting, and then the way you turn over is the same release point when you turn over. So they don't have to change much. They just have to make sure their feet don't move, and that's the easy part.
Sounds like you got some experience throwing a disc there.
I understand body mechanics. I understand different sports, man. Like I know exactly what I want to do to help me in this sport, and I want to go train with some discus guys. But trying to find the right people for that is going to take some time. So this camp, I'm working on the baseball route because I have a lot of the connections that way. But yeah, soon enough, I'll be talking to some discus guys to get their little feedback on how I could throw a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think that is super unique. I was asking unique training, and now I got it. Discus, man. That seems like
it's identical, man. If you literally just look at a video of one of the guys, man, especially like the Olympic guys and these big college dudes, look at that release point. Look at how they turn their shoulder, they drive in everything. It's identical. It's insane, and they throw a lot harder than we would throw. So to work with them to make us throw a little bit harder be kind of cool. But that's kind of why like Vern. Vern, he does so well. He has the Heimling games there. That's the same thing.
Interesting. Well, if you're a discus player out there and you're looking to train, Duane's looking to train with you, man. He wants to get out there and throw some discs.
Let's do it, man.
Well, I don't want to take up your whole evening, man. I do really appreciate you giving me some time. Before I let you go, I'm going to give you the floor. Where can the people find you? What do you got going on? You got any Iron Giant merch? What are we doing?
Yeah, you can find me on pretty much every social media platform at Iron Giant _MMA. I do have a shirt out now that you could go to the store. The link is in my Instagram bio. So you could just click the link there and it'll bring you straight to that store. I love the shirt. It's pretty cool, man. I'm proud of it, you know. As for things coming up, May 24th, PowerSlap 2. I will be fighting on that card. I'll be fighting one of the new upcomers, Cody Cox, really nice guy. So that would be it's going to be a pretty cool fight.
That sounds like it's going to be a huge fight. I'm really excited for Vegas. We're going to be out there in Vegas. I want to get you in person. We'll do a nice little pre-fight interview like we did last time and get your thoughts on the fight. I really do appreciate your time. Everyone, we're going to have all the links down below. Make sure you're following. If you're not following Duane, follow Duane. It's going to be some good content coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.